Good morning, gang. Happy Monday morning. All right. How many of you still believe that the 2020 election was on the up and up? Probably nobody. Okay, because there's been more and more proof, people getting charged. It's amazing how it's happening now, but, for all sorts of election fraud. So what do you think is going to happen in 2024? Okay, there's pretty much no question that Biden and his whole team know the only way we're going to win again is to do the same thing we did last time. Except this time, everybody's watching for it with eagle eyes, okay? They'll say, oh, it was legitimate. Sure. So let's talk about what things happened over the weekend. And I'll link these below so you can read them yourself, okay? Headline, 4 Democrat operatives are charged with election offenses, including one caught ballot stuffing. Now, granted, this is in a citywide, countywide race in Connecticut, okay? But this is exactly what's going on. They're going to keep trying to do this. And they just so happen to have all these people on video doing it. I don't know. Reminds me of a movie called 2,000 Mules. Gee, we had a video of people doing that too. Nothing ever came of it. And then you go into Texas. You have a Democrat candidate for Precinct 3 Commissioner, gentleman by the name of Taro Patel, okay, who's now been arrested and charged with online impersonation and misrepresentation. What was he doing? He was sending himself racist hate email and pretending to be a supporter of his Republican opposition. Yeah, the state found out about it. Okay. Big deal. Let's take a look at what good old Joseph Stalin Biden's campaign did over the weekend. They put out this big ad all over social media, completely misrepresenting something Trump said over the weekend. And they're coming out, Trump wants to jail women with beautiful children. And no, that was not what he said. Trump was talking about incarcerating illegals. And yeah, there may be a woman with beautiful children in there. Okay? What? Are we talking pretty privileged Democrats? Is that what you want us to use? Right? No, you're illegal. I don't care if you're a supermodel. If you ain't here legally, GTFO, and we will help do it for you. If you don't want to leave yourself, we'll make it happen. Okay. So over the weekend, you had Lara Trump come out and basically tell everybody that they are going after the illegals, no problem, and the cheaters, no problem. That, as Lara Trump put it, we will find you. Okay, this was a comment made to cheaters. Okay, anybody that's planning on doing it. The Republicans are putting out a massive stop the steal campaign, if you will. And it's funny because they've now put lawsuits up against people trying to steal the election again. Okay, it's already been happening. And talking about the mail-in ballots, things like that. Here's the quote. The Biden-Harris campaign formally called on the Trump campaign and the Republican National Commission to drop attacks on mail-in ballots, attempting to frame Trump and the GOP as being hypocritical by now urging Republicans to do whatever they have to do to get their vote counted, even if that means voting early or mailing in a ballot. Okay. So we have election integrity lawsuits that the Democrats want to stop. They don't believe in election integrity, is what they're basically saying. We shouldn't worry about it. Whatever happens, happens. I want to give you this. We just had the elections in Europe, all over the place. Talked about that last week. And the leftists, socialists, globalists got their asses handed to them, okay? Just crushed. How does Europe vote? There's no mail-in voting. There's no internet-based voting. It's all show ID and paper ballots. You know what you never hear? Gee, there was election fraud in Europe. No. Why? Because there's no way to cheat. You go in, you show your driver's license or whatever state-issued ID card, they hand you a paper ballot, you fill out exactly who you want to vote for, you give it back to them, put it in the box, and it's counted. The same day. There's another surprise. And before anybody says, oh, the countries are so much smaller or whatever it is. The countries in Europe are about the size of states, okay? Give you an idea. The Czech Republic is about the size of Indiana, okay? How do we count our ballots here in the United States? Oh, we do it state by state. We don't have one federal vote counting area. Each state does it. If Europe can count paper ballots on the day of the election and announce who won the election by the end of the night, why can't we? Are Americans that stupid that they can't put an X next to a candidate's name? We're not even asking you to make the X cursive because God knows, nobody's been taught how to use handwriting anymore. Yeah, it can be done very easily. Europe can do it. South America can do it. The rest of the freaking world can do it. Technology's a great thing, no problem. But we don't need internet-based voting, computers hooked up that can be hacked, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we don't need election season. We need one day. Let's do what other countries around the world are. This would make a lot of sense. First off, let's move the elections from Tuesday to Saturday. Just for the simple reason that more people are off of work on Saturday than are off of work on Tuesday. Okay. Most companies I have ever worked for will give you time off throughout the day to go vote. They may ask you to go first thing in the morning. They may let you out early in the evening to go vote, but the companies will let you vote. But okay, let's make it on Saturday. Then let's make it a national holiday. So most businesses are closed anyway, again, like other countries in the world do it. Election Day is a national holiday. They can make other laws. I'll give you this. I'll go back to Indiana again for another example. In Indiana, on Election Day, I don't care if it's a federal election, I don't care if it's a statewide election, whatever. On Election Day, restaurants, liquor stores are not allowed to sell anything until the polls are closed. Okay? You want to go to Chili's and get a burger and a beer? If it's election day and the polls are still open, sorry, not happening. If we can do that and enforce that, why can't we enforce making election day? If we can stop selling alcohol, why can't we just stop selling everything for a day? What are they going to scream, oh, our economy can't handle it? Yeah, I'll give you the fact the police department needs still to work. The hospitals still need to be there. But you know what? Walmart, you can close. McDonald's, you can close. Gee, I'm sorry. It's one day every 2 years. Okay, because remember, we have midterm elections, right? I think you can deal with it. You can manage to close for other holidays. One more ain't going to kill us. Hell, we got stupid holidays we don't need anyway. Get rid of one of these idiotic holidays that businesses close down for. I don't know, there's one this month. Okay, and let's make Election Day a holiday, right? At least the conversation is being started. Congress needs to act. We need to change this. The first Tuesday, I mean, y'all know why the elections were held on Tuesday originally, okay, or why they originally chose Tuesday. The world is different, okay? We don't need long days and horseback rides to get to polling places. Pretty much anybody has got a polling place within a very reasonable distance of their house, okay? 10 miles tops. Hell, there's a ton of companies that will pick you up and take you to the polling place if you want to. In some cities, the buses are free to take you to the polling place. The United States makes it very easy to get to a polling place. Why in the hell do we have to have drop boxes all over the place that are easily corruptible? Why do we have to have months worth of mail-in balloting? I'm sorry, if you're too damn lazy to vote, maybe you shouldn't vote. Because if recent history is anything correct, you're too lazy to go to the polling place. You are also too lazy to research the policies of the candidates you're voting for as well. Hence the reason we have Democrats all over the place, because anybody that looks at what they support has got to go, are they flipping crazy? Okay. You ask any leftist supporter, any Biden supporter, what inflation's at, what's Joe's policy on the Middle East, you ask, they don't know. You ask them where Ukraine is, they can't figure it out, okay? You ask them, what are the 3 branches of government? They don't know. Hell, you ask some members of Congress, they don't know that, okay? Ask a lot of people who their senators are and who their local representative is. Most of them don't know. Oh, he's got a D behind his name. That must mean he's a good guy. My family's always been Democrats. You know what? The Democrat Party is completely different now than it was during, say, John F. Kennedy. Okay. It's even completely different than it was during Bill Clinton, and I'm not a Bill Clinton fan. Okay. The Democrat Party now is, like I said, the Joseph Stalin Biden Party. That's what we're looking at. But at least there is somebody out there doing something. It's up to the rest of us. If we have to be there and stand by the ballot box with a freaking camera all day to prevent ballot stuffing this time around, we better do it. I've said many times, go be a poll watcher, go be a poll worker. Even if you don't get selected to actually officially work there, if there's a ballot box near you, stand there 20 feet away and watch all day long. And they'll say, oh, you can't take my picture. No, but I can take a picture of the license plate of the car you drive away in. Okay? I can't take a picture of you stuffing the ballots, supposedly. You just happen to, I was taking a beautiful picture of the sunrise. You just happen to be in it. Okay? This is what they count on. They count on the laws that they make to prevent you from catching them cheating. Okay? Dinesh D'Souza made 2,000 Mules. If you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. You can find it all over the place online. And it will tell you everything you need to know. If we want to take our country back, we need to be active. What was it? Hakeem Jeffries, I think it was, came out over the weekend and said Donald Trump doesn't love America. Idiot. Okay? None of us love the America that the Democrats want to turn it into. That's why we need to fight back so hard to save our country. Pinball out.